If I say y'all gonna get knocked out in the first round, I'm sorry. It's still love, man.
Well, this is gonna drop before. As y'all watching this, I want y'all to comment and let us know what y'all think. Like, if y'all think we full of shit, like, let us know.
I ain't full of shit either.
What they play, so
facts. But no, they just had a great team.
Yeah, So, I'm saying, I think before non-select was probably harder.
Right.
Because select they had fewer teams. We definitely have to be at that game. We're gonna be at that game.
It'd be crazy to make anybody check Mikayla. I'm sending 3 at her at all times. I ain't gonna lie.
Welcome to the Only Opinions podcast. This is episode 2. I'm Chad. This is Joe. All right, in this episode, we're gonna talk about the high school playoffs, right? The girls' playoffs, where we're giving our predictions on every single game in the non-select bracket with Division 1, and then the select bracket with Divisions 1 and Division 2.
Listen, I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to give my honest opinion. So, any of my kids, if I say y'all going to get knocked out in the first round, I'm sorry. It's still love, man.
He is going to be biased, but it's all good.
Little bit. Shell Mag on all the way.
I'm not going to be biased. Maybe a little bit. But, so yeah, we're going to start off with Division 1. Right? Your top four teams get a bye. You got Walker at number 1. You have Parkway number 2, Barb number 3, Zachary number 4. And on episode 1, we kind of gave our predictions before the final brackets were released. So, some of the things that we said and some of the matchups that we predicted aren't actually going to happen when we said it's going to happen, because they, different seeds, the extra point for winning district wasn't up there. So some things may have changed a little bit. All right. So with Division 1, with the non-select teams, they actually have 28 teams, right? So we're going to start off with the 16-17 matchup. I don't know much about these teams, I'm going to be honest. You got Sulphur and Benton. Who you going with?
Listen, man, because I heard the name Benton before. I'm going to go with Benton, man. Benton. They don't sound like a bad pull.
All right, they're playing at Sulphur. I forgot to mention that.
I'm going to go with Benton again.
Benton going on the road?
All right. Listen, make me proud.
All right, I'm going to go with Sulphur just because they're at home. Here's what we're going to see if we're going to be biased. You got number 9 Mandeville versus number 24 North Shore. So
listen, can I dig into this a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Mandeville actually beat North Shore twice, right? This year already. Both of the games by halftime, close game, maybe 5-6 point game every time. The coach from Mandeville just came out and made better adjustments to where they always won by double digits in the second half, because they end up putting this person on Cherie Spencer and stop this person from shooting, which is Peyton. And I felt like, North Shore really didn't make too many adjustments. So maybe coach was just waiting until the playoffs started because he knew this matchup was going to happen, possibly, right? So with that one, honestly, I always go with who I think is the best player in that game, right? So I'm going to say that, which Mandeville got 2 outstanding players, 2 sisters, right? I want to say the name Benoit, one of those. 2 outstanding players, right? But I feel like when you go from that, I think Cherie Spencer's superstardom will overtake that battle. I got Cherie going for a 30 ball, upset alert, man. I got North Shore going to the next round.
All right, so I'm not gonna dive as deep. I do agree that Cherie is the more superior player, probably by far. But I'm gonna go with Mandeville. I'm gonna be honest. Next, we got Chalmette versus Ruston. Number 8 Chalmette versus number 25 Ruston.
Now, Coach Golf made this the game of the week for LGR, right? So it got to be a good game if he made this the game of the week.
They play tonight.
No, tomorrow.
I thought it said the 15th.
No, so only team to play tonight, I want to say, is Ponchatoula play tonight for sure.
Okay.
Right. So in my opinion, Ruston is a big team, so it's not that
28 versus 25.
It's not going to be as big of a blowout as you would see normally with that seeding. I got Chalmette winning, but Ruston is a big team, man. They got the big girl, Emerald, I want to say her name is. She's pretty solid on that end, but I like what Chalmette brings. When you look at the guard play, you look at Brawler able to stretch the floor out. So I'm gonna go with Chalmette.
I'm going with Chalmette too. I'm not diving deep into that.
I'm only gonna dive in deep to the people I really know. If I don't know the team that well,
I guess you're gonna dive deep into this one. We got number 5 Ponchatoula versus number 28 Central Lafourche.
I don't gotta dive that deep. Look, I got Ponchatoula double-digit win tonight. They play tonight actually. So Ponchatoula, if y'all saying this, it might drop tomorrow, but just know I predicted y'all to win tonight.
All right. So for my Ponchatoula people that was upset with me last year, I got y'all winning in the first round. Next game, number 12 Thibodeau versus number 21 Southside. I'm gonna go with Thibodeau.
I heard they been doing good things at Southside. They got the good kid from she played for the Flames, I want to say, and they got the other kid played for United. That she's pretty good too. But
Yep.
Upset alert. I'm going Southside.
Southside. All right. Number 13 Destrehan versus number 20 Airline. Airline is coming from, I think that's Shreveport. So they got to take like a 4-hour ride. But I'm going to go with Airline with the upset.
I'm going to go with Destrehan.
Okay. Number 4 Zachary have a bye. Number 3 Barb has a bye. Next game, number 14 Dutchtown versus number 19 Houghton.
Dutchtown. I'm going with Dutchtown. I love their point guard. Yeah. Man. I'm shocked that she's not getting bigger recruitment this year. She's getting some recruitment, but I think it should be bigger. D1 should be at her door. I'm going with Dutchtown.
Yep, Dutchtown. All right, number 11 East St. John versus number 22 Selman. I'm going with East St. John.
Shout out to my guy Selman. But dang, coach, please don't, get mad at me for this. But Jazz is just
really good.
It's Jazz, man. Like if they can find a way to limit to Jazz 15 points or under, possibly upset, but I don't see it happening. So I'm gonna go with East St. John, man. Please edit it out if Selman.
Well, this is gonna drop before they play, so
facts.
I'm going with East St. John. Number 6 Denham Springs versus number 27 Slidell.
Upset alert! Listen, I'm going with Slidell in this battle because I do not feel like, I don't know, what Walker did to Denham Springs, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, right? So I'm going to go with Slidell for the upset.
All right, I love you, Anna, but I'm going with Denham Springs. Next game, number 7 Natchitoches Central versus number 26 Live Oak. Natchitoches Central.
I'm going to go with Natchitoches.
Number 10 Saint Amant. Number 23 New Iberia. Shout out Coach B. I'm going with Saint Amant.
Coach B. Saint Amant, double digits. Lefty, make me proud.
Facts. And last game of the first round, we got number 15 Neville versus number 18 Hanville. I'm going with Hanville. The game is at Neville, but I'm going with Hanville. They have really good coaching. They play hard. They got a lot of guard play.
I'm gonna go with Hanville on this one. I'm gonna take Hanville.
All right, bet. So yeah, that's the first round of Division 1 non-select. So how you want to do? You want to fill out the whole bracket, or you want to go to the next one?
Next one.
All right, remember your picks. All right, Division 1 select. Right, they only take 24 teams. Okay, you have eight teams. The top 8 teams all get a bye. All right, so number 1 is John Curtis. Number 2 Lafayette. Number 3 St. Thomas More. Number 4 Scotlandville. 5 Ben Franklin. 6 Warren Easton. 7 Huntington. And number 8 Dominican. All have a bye. All right, so for the first round, right, you have 16 versus 17. You have St. Joseph's versus Bird. Who you got?
Keep it a buck. Don't know too much about either, I wish we got to get my guy golf up here soon. Man.
St. Joseph's, that's in Baton Rouge. I'm going with them. Bird, I think that's in like Shreveport. So, that's a long way to come.
Listen, Bird beat us in boys basketball one year to stop us from going to the Final Four. So I'm going against you, Bird. I'm going with St. Joe's.
All right, next game, number 9 Liberty versus number 24 Southwood. You going with Liberty?
Liberty.
Man, they play with so much confidence,
Wait,
man.
Southwood is where Janisha at? That's the school?
I think so. That y'all played in the summer?
Yeah. Now she's tough. But I know they had that coaching change and all that, and it probably is the reason why they're that low of a seed like that. I'm gonna go with Liberty. Liberty is tough, man. Liberty might surprise a lot of people. Might be a Final Four team.
Yeah. I'm going with Liberty because their coach, shout out Coach Valencia, man. Like them kids are, I don't know what she does, but them kids are buying what she's selling, man.
They got a swagger about themselves.
Yeah,
man. It's crazy.
For years, man.
Good job, Coach.
And she, empowers the people that can shoot to shoot the ball
from half court.
If they're open, shoot it. Right? So shout out to them, man.
Before I watched the kid, right? She missed like 5 shots straight from deep. The 6th one, she thought about it, and the coach got so mad. He was like, man, shoot the. And she was at half court at this point. She's like, man, shoot the ball. She shot it. Damn, they made it from half court. Well, she made it from half court, but it was crazy. So that she instills a lot of confidence in her kid. So I'm gonna go with Liberty.
All right, next game you have number 12 Mount Carmel versus Northwood Shreveport. I'm going Mount Carmel. Shout out Coach Damien.
What that seeding is?
12 versus 21.
I'm gonna go with Mount Carmel.
All right, next game you have Chappelle versus Edna Carr. It's 2 totally different styles of play. I'm going with Edna Carr.
I'm gonna go with Edna Carr. So young, but sometimes you might be, you're going there with a mindset of like we never been here, so we have zero fear, right? So I'm gonna go with Edna Carr. Shout out to Cougars, man.
Right. Next game, we have 14 Alexandria, number 19 St. Scholastica. I'm going Alexandria.
I'm going to get Alexandria on this one.
All right. Number 11 versus 22, Woodlawn Baton Rouge versus Riverdale. I'm going with Woodlawn.
Woodlawn. I'm going to go with Woodlawn.
All right. And we're gonna see if this guy being biased on this one. Got number 10 Acadiana versus number 23 West Jefferson. West Jeff.
Oh no, I'm going with Acadiana. West Jeff, my girl, Kyra. She's not playing right now, so due to injury. So I'm gonna go with Acadiana. But if Kyra was playing. First of all, if Kyra was playing, they wouldn't be that seed anyway. But since she's not playing right now, I'm gonna go with Acadiana.
All right, Acadiana. This one I'm gonna be biased. I'm not even gonna lie. We got Karen Crow, number 15 versus number 18 McMain. I'm going with McMain.
Shout out McMain. I'm going with McMain too on this one, man.
All right, so that's the last.
I want to say they play tonight too, if I'm not mistaken.
They do.
They play tonight.
I might be there. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I'm not gonna be there. It's in Karen Crow.
Jeez.
But yeah. So that's the end of round 1 with Division 1 for the select teams. Next, let's go to Division 2. All right, so again, the top 8 teams get a bye. You got Lafayette Christian, number 1. Vanderbilt Catholic, number 2. St. Louis Catholic, number 3. Peabody. Yep. Paris Guillory. Number 5, Northside. Number 6, De La Salle. They've been playing well lately. Number 7, Buckeye. And number 8, Archbishop Hannon. All right, so first game, you have E.D. White versus Frederick Douglass. Number 16 versus number 17. I'm going with E.D. White.
I go with White as well.
All right, so you have number 9, Bunky versus 24, David Thibodeau. Don't know much about either team.
Whatever seed is the lower seed, man, I'm going to go with
Bunky, number 9?
I'm going to go with Bunky, then.
All right, Bunky. Next, we have 12, Bolton versus 21, Washington Marion.
Hey, I saw Bolton play in the LGL tournament. That coach make his players play hard because nobody really. They had one kid that stood out that she was Yeah, a man child, right? But besides her, everybody just played hard, man. Like they played hard. Like even though they blew a lead versus Selma that game up by 20, but man, they team just played hard.
I think Salmon had a little help, in that game, but
Not from the referees. They overcame that deficit.
all right. So I'm going with Bolton. That's who you going with?
Bolton. Yes, sir.
All right. Now next we have number 13 Turlins Catholic versus number 20 Haynes Academy. Haynes they play hard.
I'm gonna go with Haynes is Savannah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Haynes.
I'm going with Turlins Catholic. We got number 14 George Washington Carver versus number 19 Booker T Washington Shreveport. I'm going with Carver.
Shout out to the Rounds, man. I'm going to Carver
They
too.
play hard, man. Next we got number 11 Kennedy Discovery versus number 22 Madison Prep. I'm going with Kennedy Discovery.
Man, that's crazy, man. 3-4 years straight, Madison Prep was number 1, number 2 seed. It's crazy what a graduating class do to you.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with Kenner.
And it was, I think there was non-select before.
But no, they just had a great team.
Yeah, So, I'm saying I think before non-select was probably harder.
Right.
Because select they had fewer teams. All right, next number 10 John F. Kennedy versus number 23 St. Michael.
Girl, I'm going with Kennedy.
Going with Kennedy.
That's my
They very underrated too. Like yeah. I think they might be quarterfinal team. I'm be honest.
We ain't biased neither. I love you though, coach. We ain't biased.
Number 15 Booker T Washington versus number 18 Cabrini. We actually got kids from both teams, but I'm going with Booker T Washington.
Corey Booker T.
Yeah.
Corey. You already know I'm going with Booker T, man. That's my dog, man. That's our freshman phenom.
Facts. And that's the end of round 1 for all of the brackets. As y'all watching this, I want y'all to comment and let us know what y'all think. Like, if y'all think we full of shit, like, let us know.
I ain't full of shit neither.
All right, let's go back to Division 1 non-select. All right, so you said Benton was going to win, right? So Walker versus Benton.
Walker. I ain't disrespecting Corey.
Walker, all right. So you said you got North Shore winning or you got Mandeville?
I got North Shore winning.
All right, North Shore versus Chalmette. We definitely have to be at that game. We're gonna be at that game.
I got Chalmette. Sorry, Riri. I got Chalmette because Chalmette just got a lot over there. I got Chalmette.
I'm going with Chalmette. Next game we have number 5 Ponchatoula. I think you picked Southside or you picked Thibodeau?
I picked Southside.
All right, Ponchatoula versus Southside.
Tula, double digits.
All right, I'm going with Ponchatoula as well. Okay, next game we have you have Destrehan versus Zachary. Who you got?
Zachary. Shout out to Alyssa. Shout out to T.
I picked Airline, but I'm going with Zachary for that game too. Next we have Barb versus Dutchtown. Number 3 versus number 14.
I like the point, but I like Mikayla tough over there. Man, Manly tough over there. So I'm going to go with Barb on that one.
Barb.
But not by close game to me. Close game.
All right, we have number 11, East St. John versus 27, Slidell. Who you going with?
That battle is going to be crazy with Big Jada and Jazz. That's going to be a real, a UFC fight almost. That's going to be a good battle. I'm going to go with East St. John on that one.
Okay, I actually picked Denham Springs to go, but I got East St. John upsetting Denham Springs. All right, next we got Natchitoches Central versus St. Amant. Number 7 versus number 10.
I'm going with St. Amant, man. Coach B, I got you till you get to somebody that I can't go against you for.
I'm going with St. Amant as well. Lefty is just really good, man.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah.
Next we have, you pick Neville or Hamville?
Hamville.
Okay. Number 2, Parkway versus number 18, Hamville.
Anybody that's not Mikayla, come on, man. I'm going Parkway. But
Parkway, same.
Mikayla just retired before that game. I'm gonna go with Honville. But if she don't, yeah, Parkway. Parkway by 30.
No disrespect to Hamville, but I think they could. I think if Mikayla didn't play, I still probably go with Parkway.
All right, I'm with you.
Because it's like Parkway, not just Mikayla. She's a huge part. Don't get me wrong, but they're a solid
I like
team.
Chloe tough. You're right.
So that's the end of round 2 for the Division 1 non-select. So let's go to select Division 1 round 2. All right, so you picked St. Joseph's to who's number 60. We both picked St. Joseph to play against John Curtis.
Shout out to my girl Shakai. Curtis by 30.
I'm going with John Curtis by 29. Next we have Liberty versus Dominican. Shout out to Bailey Johnson.
Shout out to Bailey. Dominican can shoot that ball, but Liberty's size, and they also can shoot the ball.
Game gonna be at Dominican.
I'm going with Liberty. Because listen, talking to Golf about it, Liberty, they just was missing a few key pieces at that beginning. Like, I feel like they would be a top 5 team if all their pieces was there, like, the whole year. So I'm going to go with Liberty.
Right. I'm going with Dominican. It's gonna be a close game. Like, I would not be shocked if Liberty wins. I wouldn't be shocked if Liberty makes it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. I got them losing to Dominican. Next we have Ben Franklin, number 5 versus number 12, Mount Carmel.
Ben Frank, big Ben Frank.
I'm going with Mount Carmel. I got an upset on that. You know, it's not really an away game because they literally down the street from each other. So
shout out to Sid. I think Sid gonna get him past that.
Yeah, Sid can shoot, man. She's very underrated as a playmaker, a ball handler. So shout out to Sid, but Sid, sorry, I got y'all 1 and done. Next game we have. Who did you pick? Chappelle or Carr?
Carr.
All right, we both picked Carr versus Scotlandville. Number 4, Scotlandville. So I got Scotlandville.
Scotlandville. Double digits.
All right, next game we have.
Scotlandville got the little young guard that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like Donald, I want to say that name. It's tough.
We're going to verify that. Number 3, St. Thomas More versus, you picked Alexandria or St. Scholastica? I think we both went with Alexandria.
Yeah.
St. Thomas More.
St. Thomas More. I'm going with St. Thomas More.
Next, we have another one of our kids on this team. Number 6, Warren Easton versus Woodlawn. I'm going Warren Easton. Woodlawn is number 11.
I'm going to go with Easton on this one. But if Easton had my girl Tajay playing right now, I had Easton Final Four. But I'm going to go with Warren Easton to get past this round.
Yeah, because Cam is really
tough.
good.
Shout out to Cam. I saw you got your offer today. Congrats,
Yeah.
Cam. Shout out.
Congrats.
Shout out to Big Baby. Big Baby. You know, we ain't advertised, but come join LHSAA. We got a spot for you with your name on it.
Yep. And Cam, you know,
Cam's so underrated.
definitely. Like I was at McDonald 35 or something one time, and I saw Cam working out. It was a random Sunday. So shout out to Cam, and she don't even go there. So shout out to Cam, man. Next we have number 7 Huntington versus number 10 West Jeff. I'm going with Huntington.
I didn't pick West Jeff to win.
I'm sorry, Acadiana.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Huntington.
Huntington versus Acadiana.
Man,
Yeah.
that little guard is so good, man. So good. And they coaching staff, shout out to y'all, man. Like, they solid.
Kendall, right?
Kendall's so tough, man.
Kendall Graham.
Pops, good man. So I'm gonna go with Huntington on that one.
All right, next we got. Did you pick Karen Crow or McMain?
Put my M up.
We both picked McMain, right? But I don't think I think they done right. I'm going with Lafayette.
Oh heck yeah! Shout out to Krista. Shout out to the Pops, man. That's my guy, man. Once again, shout out to Krista though.
Yes, sir. So
South Alabama signee. Shout out.
Congrats. So that's the end of round 2 for Division 1 non-select. Division 2 for select. All right. So number 1 Lafayette Christian versus number 16 E.D. White.
Lafayette Christian.
Lafayette Christian, double digits.
Yeah, Jade are too tough.
Next, we have Archbishop Hannon, number 8, versus number 9, Bunky.
I'm going with Hannon.
I'm going with Hannon. What you was about to say?
I'm going with Hannon.
Hannon. Next, we have Northside, number 5, versus number 12, Bolton. I'm actually going with Bolton for the upset, but it's gonna be a tough game.
I'm gonna go with Northside.
Got Northside. All right. So number 4, Peabody. Did you pick Turner's Catholic or Haynes?
Haynes for Savannah. But Savannah is your last game. After that one, be get ready for AAU.
It's her sister last game of her career.
Yeah, so get ready for AAU, Savannah. So I'm gonna go with,
I'm going Peabody.
Peabody.
I picked Turner's Catholic to make it that far, but I still got Peabody. Next, we got St. Louis Catholic versus Carver. I'm going with St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah, it's too much Paris.
Yeah, I don't think she's ready to go out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, we have Kenner Discovery versus De La Salle. Number 11, Kenner Discovery versus 6.
The Nair tough. I'm going to go with De La Salle.
De La Salle. And Coach Mike been doing a good job, man.
Shout out to you, Coach Mike. Shout out to the Flames, man. Well, they Nola Select now. Nola Select, yeah.
Yep. Shout out to our girl, Mikayla, that just transferred to De La Salle, man.
Shout out to you, Mikayla.
Mikayla Green. Number 7, Buckeye versus number 10, Kennedy. I'm going with Kennedy for the upset.
What's the seed in again?
7, Buckeye versus 10, Kennedy.
I'm gonna go with Kennedy. I like what you're doing over there, Coach. Keep it up. Shout out to my girl Kat, man. Janae, shout out.
Yep. It's all good. Number 15, Booker T. Washington, New Orleans versus number 2, Vanderbilt Catholic. I'm going with Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Mikayla's, the sisters, too much. Shout out, I got LHSAA.
Gabby.
So I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt on this one. Sorry, Ray. Love you though.
Yep. Get ready for AAU. We love you over here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the end of round 2 for Division 2 of Select. So now we in the quarterfinals for every single one. All right. So we back to Division 1 non-select. Number 1, Walker versus Ponchatoula. I lied. I'm just kidding. Walker versus Chalmette. Remember what you said? We got the receipts on what you said.
And who I had Chalmette beating last round?
So you got Chalmette beating North Shore? You got Chalmette beating North Shore.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Walker on this one. The pressure is just gonna be
too much.
Great. Yeah, like Mason and Jersey, they can handle it to a certain extent. Like Chris can handle it, but when you're doing it all game, 32 minutes of just, man, you make a shot, miss a shot, you steal a ball, they trap it. Like it's a lot. So I'm gonna go with Walker on this one.
All right, I'm going with Walker as well. Jersey, I love y'all, but
that's y'all last game, dude. But listen, y'all made it to the third round, though, so that's something to celebrate.
Quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Next game, we have Ponchatoula versus Zachary.
Ponchatoula all the way. Listen, there's going to be double digits, Ponchatoula. And it's not being biased, but I just saw Ponchatoula versus John Curtis, which is the number 1 seed. And Ponchatoula won by 13 at John Curtis on senior night. Like, so, that crowd was crazy out there that day. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Ponchatoula.
All right, so I'm not going against Ponchatoula this early, if at all. But I'm definitely not going against them this early. I don't need them in my comments. I don't need them sending shots at me, talking about what dude talking about. So I'm going with Ponchatoula to make it to the Final Four. Next, we have Barb versus
East St. John.
East St. John.
I'm gonna go with upset alert. I'm gonna go with Jazz.
East St. John.
I'm gonna go with Jazz.
Shout out Coach Fallon, man. Like, she not even with East St. John, but that's some of her kids.
Jazz, you think of it's hard not to think of Fallon without thinking of Jazz. So yeah, I'm gonna go with East St. John on this one.
Yeah, it's so funny. Fallon called me today to book a water slide, which this is a quick promo. If you need a water slide, call Biggie's Inflatables.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very good service.
Definitely.
They have over 15 water slides, spacewalks, whatever you need. So go ahead and book with them. But anyway, back to what we was talking about. So I'm going with Barb. Jazz, get ready for college, baby. I love you, but I'm going with Barb. All right, next game we have Parkway versus Saint Amant.
Sorry, Coach B. This is when get ready for
About to
AAU with us.
start her career.
Like
AAU career.
Come start. LHSAA. I'm gonna buy you 2 drinks. Because it's gonna be a long night dealing with. But listen, if anybody can beat them, I will give it to you guys. But too much Mikayla. So you gotta go to Shreveport.
I was just about to say that. So you gonna say it's saying it's gonna be a long ride home.
Long ride home. I'm gonna make you a playlist, Coach. I'm gonna make you a playlist because it's too much. Too much Mikayla. Too much.
I'm going with Parkway, man. Love you, Coach B. Get them next year. So that's. So Final Four, we got Walker, Ponchatoula, and
I got East St. John, Walker, Ponchatoula, and Parkway. You got Barb, Walker, Ponchatoula, and Parkway.
Yeah, so
we just
Barb versus Parkway. Yep. So who you got? All right, first one. Let's just go all the way through with this one. Yeah. So you got Walker versus who you said? You said East St. John? No, you got Walker versus Ponchatoula.
I'm gonna go with Ponchatoula.
All right, I'm ready for the shots at this point. I'm going with Walker. I think Corey gonna bring his team to the thing. Caitlin Travis she been playing so good, bro.
Listen, that's gonna be a battle of coaches, man. Like
that is gonna be.
So last year, Ponchatoula took them out, but it was a close game. And low key, I want to say Walker brought back basically damn near everybody besides maybe 1 or 2 pieces. And
yeah, we're gonna be in Hammond. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, and listen, the pieces that they replaced them with, they could be a better piece. So
talking about Ponchatoula?
No,
or Walker.
But the toughness of let's dive into it right for a second, right? I don't believe this. I don't believe the pressure, the 32 minutes of pressure is going to get to. I don't believe the 32 minutes of pressure is going to get to Ponchatoula how it might get to most teams because they prepare for it. Like they got enough guard play, and if you want to go up and down with them, they can go up and down. If you want to slow it down with them, they can slow it down with with Taylor down there. I just Alyssa checking Caitlin. It's going to be tough, but man, the plays that Coach going to draw up, you might not even really see that one-on-one matchup because Coach Corey going to drop so many great plays during that game that I don't know. I'm gonna go with Ponchatoula though. Ponchatoula to go to the championship.
All right, let me give my disclaimer now. I would not be shocked if Ponchatoula wins this game, since y'all said I was talking crazy. But I just think Walker is just gonna be a bit too much. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to overtime. I wouldn't be surprised if Ponchatoula win. But my gut is telling me Walker gonna pull it out. And they're gonna go to the championship in what's that? In Hammond or is it in Southeast? I mean, is that
Hammond? That's Southeast.
So they don't go to what you call it no more? No, it's Hammond.
Hammond. I think the other group go to the
Lake
Laro
Charles.
Center. No, the Laro Center.
Nobody go to Lake Charles no more?
The boys.
Oh.
I don't think the girls ever go to Lake Charles. I never travel all the way to Lake Charles. So it's Hammond.
Yeah.
It's Hammond.
Yeah.
The boys go to Lake Charles.
Yeah.
At the Burlington Center, whatever it's called. Yeah, they go out
Burton
Center.
Yeah. Okay. Other Final Four matchup, you have East St. John versus Parkway. I have Barb versus Parkway.
I'm gonna go with Parkway for sure.
You don't want to dive in? That's
it's just too much Mikayla. And like you said before, Parkway got more than just Mikayla. With East St. John, I feel like they rely heavy on Jazz. But it's hard to go against the #1 player in the nation.
I think they might actually put Mikayla on Jazz. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they put her on Jazz.
And Jazz gonna battle it out, but
right.
that size, that quickness, so she can match her with strength, she can match her with size. It's just it's too much. And I know they'll be crazy to make Jazz check Mikayla on the other end because they'll be crazy to make anybody check Mikayla. I'm sending 3 at her at all times. I ain't gonna lie. But
Diamond, what was that triangle too?
I'm not.
The
Man,
triangle on her.
I'm not. What? All the time. So I'm gonna go with Parkway.
Okay. I got Parkway versus Barb. I'm going with Parkway as well. Like you said, too much Mikayla, but that's gonna be a good guard battle right there with her and Mikayla Manley. So, but the battle of the Mikaylas. Mm-hmm. But I'm going with Mikayla Williams and Parkway. So championship, you got Ponchatoula versus Parkway. That's a rematch from last year.
Yeah. So
I got Walker versus Parkway, but you go first.
So on this one, I think Mikayla won her revenge, right? So, because I talked to her this summer, and I was, joking with her, like, Mikayla, you about to go to prep school? Like, do you have anything left to accomplish in Louisiana? She's like, hell yeah, I got to win the state championship. So I think she's determined. The type of national schedule that they built this year is like, yeah, I'm going to go with on that one. Now, it's not going to be a blowout. It's not. But, dang, Amaya, I'm sorry, y'all.
Told you it was biased.
Right? But I'm going to go with Parkway on to win. But if they, I don't want to. Hear me out, Ponchatoula. I do not want to pick it. But if I had to bet it, if I didn't have to bet it, I'm going with y'all. But if I had to bet my house on it, I'll go with Parkway. But I want the upset. So I want to lose my house, right? Like, I'm willing to lose my house for y'all.
Yeah, we gonna ask Jade about that. How she feel about that. But I got Walker versus Parkway. I think that's gonna be a really great battle. Like it's just gonna be tough. Like, but I think if any team could deal with that pressure the best, in my opinion, I think it's Parkway. So I'm gonna go with Parkway. I think Mikayla Williams is gonna end her career with the state championship.
Yes.
So we both got Parkway winning?
Yeah, we both got Parkway.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Walker wins. I gotta say this too. I wouldn't be surprised if Ponchatoula win.
Yep. So
it's like, but if I got to bet on it, which I'm not betting, but if I got to bet, I'm going with Parkway. So that's the end of Division 1 for the non-select. Now let's go to select Division 1. So first quarterfinal matchup, we have number 1, John Curtis, and you have Liberty versus John Curtis.
I'm not going against Chicago, right? I can't. But that size is going to be ridiculous. But the pressure so this is my thing on that battle, right? That pressure that John Curtis plays with, you might not never get to see that size because they pressuring guards 94 feet. So it's going to come down to guard play more than it comes down to the big for Liberty. Now, if Liberty can establish that big,
guards win games.
Yeah, but if they can establish that big, then it's going to be an unfair battle, right? Because there's nobody really to match up with her like that besides the young big from Curtis, but she's super good. But foul trouble going to determine, that. But I'm going to go with Curtis. I think having Chicago, that guard play, because, I'm going to go with Curtis on that one.
Now, if I had Liberty going, which I don't, I think Liberty would beat John Curtis.
But you got Dominican.
But I have Dominican beating Liberty, which means Dominican is going to play Curtis, and I got Curtis beating Dominican.
Listen, last time they played, I think it was like 71-40. Curtis beat Dominican.
Yeah, so I'm going with Curtis against Dominican. I'm just saying, I think Liberty, if they beat Dominican, I would have them beating Curtis. But I don't have them beating Dominican. So I got Curtis beating Dominican.
Matchups make games. I get it.
Right. So next we have Ben Franklin versus Mount Carmel. I think I picked Mount Carmel, right?
Yeah.
You picked Ben Franklin versus Scotlandville.
Scotlandville.
I'm going with Scotlandville as well.
Scotlandville for sure.
All right, next quarterfinal matchup. We have St. Thomas More versus Easton.
Man,
Number 3. So the game gonna be at St. Thomas More in Lafayette, 2 hours away.
like I said, I'm always say every time I hit Eastern, if Tajay was playing, I had Tajay going to the finals, right? But since she's not playing, I'm gonna go with St. Thomas More on this one.
I'm going with St. Thomas More as well.
Coach Katie, hell of a job you did, but if you had your starting point guard, I had you going.
Yeah, I think Coach Katie been doing a great job this year. You know, with people in and out the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, they were saying that people had issues adjusting. Whatever, all that happened, it's like they would find way to win. They would find ways to win games. So shout out to you, Coach Katie. But I got y'all going down the same time as Moore. Next matchup we have Lafayette versus Huntington.
Lafayette, and listen, it's not gonna be close. It's not gonna be close because with Krista, Gordon Kendall, Krista is a D1 defender. Forget D1.
Kendall is what, 9th grade, right?
Yeah. But it's just right now, Kendall ain't your time there. So I'm gonna give it to which is your time. It's just not your time to beat Krista yet. So I'm gonna give it to Lafayette.
I'm going with Lafayette. I agree. Huntington does have good coaching. You know, they play hard. They fight. I didn't mean that literally, but
y'all did throw them things one time, Huntington. I ain't mad. Y'all threw them things at my Ponchatoula girls, man. I ain't mad at y'all, man. Yeah.
Like they fight.
They're a feisty team.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use feisty.
So they fight. It's all good. You know, they moved past that incident that happened earlier. And, you know, they've been battling, but I'm going with Lafayette. So we got the Final Four. Curtis versus Scotlandville.
I'm gonna go.
And
that was a championship last year.
Curtis versus Scotlandville and St. Thomas More versus Lafayette.
All right. So
First one.
All right. So Curtis versus Scotlandville. So that was last year's championship game. I'm gonna go with Curtis. I'm gonna Chicago. I'm rolling with you. I'm gonna wear my Chicago shirt that game, man. Shout out to our pops, man. Shout out to CD, man. Give me a shirt. I'm gonna wear my Chicago shirt.
Yeah, I need one too.
$20,
I think
$20.
I told him that at LSU.
I paid my $20, but he owed me a shirt because I betted Curtis versus Ponchatoula. So Chad need a size large, man.
All right, so I'm going with Curtis. I think they're gonna win by 15. Next one we have Lafayette versus St. Thomas More. I'm going with Lafayette.
Lafayette.
So in the championship,
Curtis
versus Lafayette. Who you going with?
Dang,
It's gonna be a good guard matchup.
Chicago, I love you. You know it. You know. I like. Dang, CD, I don't go against y'all.
I don't. Before you even go, before you continue, I can't remember the last time Curtis did not win the championship.
Yeah.
Now, this is our disclaimer for this one. It's only opinions, and me and CD was talking about this at the Larry Center. They've had a cakewalk, in essence, the last
until they get
4
to
or
the
5 years.
Yeah. The championship, they used to win in the championship by 30. So
right. So, and
last year was close though.
They only had like maybe 12 teams.
Yeah.
In that division.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like they get a bye to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
You know, so but go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Lafayette to win that division, right? CD, if I lose,
I still want my shirt. No,
I'm still gonna rock our shirt. I'm gonna rock my shirt this summer, man. If I lose, just brag about it to me. But I'm gonna be so happy that they won. Like, so that's one of those instances. Like, it's great that y'all win, but I'm gonna go with Krista ending her high school career with a championship.
I'm gonna go, and we gonna make a bet to CD that I'm going with Lafayette, only because I think Krista is just a little too experienced. She's gonna be a little bit too much to handle.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong with Curtis. Curtis' experience being in the championship every year.
Trust me, I know. But I just think Krista is going to be too much.
Yeah, I can agree.
And here's the thing. And we could say this, and we'll send this to CD. If Curtis win, you can come on the show.
You got to come on the show regardless.
You can come on the show and talk your shit to us.
Not facts.
If Curtis wins.
Facts.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do win though. So, you got any more comments about Division 1 for Select? Or you gonna just leave it at that?
Leave it at that, man. Most valuable player across in the championship.
That we got. So we're at the quarterfinals for Division 2 for the Select side.
That's Paris group.
Yep, Lafayette. So
wait, that's Jada and
yeah, they're in the same. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that.
Heavyweights.
We're gonna get that. Good guards.
Heavyweight battle.
Good like I guess you would say the shorter guards in this one. Mm-hmm. All right, so quarterfinals. You got Lafayette versus Hammond.
Lafayette.
I'm going with Lafayette too. Yeah. Then we have. So you pick. So we had Northside versus Peabody. Which one did you pick? Did you pick? That's actually the matchup.
Northside versus Peabody.
You got North. You pick Northside or you pick Bolton?
Northside.
All right. So Northside versus Peabody. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Peabody on that one.
All right. I have Peabody versus Bolton. Again, I got my guy with Bolton. They making a Final Four. I'm going with Bolton. All right. Next one we have.
What they see is 5.
Bolton.
Yeah.
Bolton is 12. Northside is 5.
Yeah. All right.
So I got 12 beating 5.
All right.
Nope. Yeah, so I had 12 beating 5 that one, and I got 12 beating 4. All right, so for the other quarterfinal matchup, we got St. Louis versus De La Salle.
St. Louis, too much. Paris, double digits.
Okay. Shout out to you, Coach Mike. You've been doing a great job.
Let's get ready for AAU, man.
get your team ready. Mm-hmm. Going with St. Louis.
Yep.
And the next one we got Kennedy versus Vanderbilt.
Kennedy, Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt number 2, Kennedy number 10.
My fault, Coach. Just get you there ready for AAU. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt on this one. Too much of the sisters, too much of Gabby.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt, y'all got one more round though. I'm gonna let y'all know. I got one more round.
So Vanderbilt, I think last year, I'm pretty sure last year they was number 2 again, and I think they made it. I think they made it to the championship. I think. I'm gonna go. We're gonna get our research department
fact check
that. So I got Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, yeah.
Shout out to y'all at Kennedy, man. Y'all.
Shout out to Cat, man. Great year, man. Great career.
No disrespect to Kennedy. I got Vanderbilt winning by 20.
Double digits.
By 20. Final Four, you have Peabody versus Lafayette. I have Lafayette versus Bolton. Lafayette Christian.
Lafayette Christian. Jada too much. I wish we could just skip to the finals, but yeah, Jada too much.
So I got Lafayette Christian as well versus over Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
Lafayette Christian, I think it's gonna be double digits.
Yeah.
And then for the other one, Vanderbilt versus St. Louis.
That's gonna be closer than people gonna think, right?
Yeah, Vanderbilt is number 2, by the way.
Yeah, it's that game should be closer than people think. But I'm gonna go with too much Paris. So I'm gonna go with St. Louis.
So you're saying Gabby Campbell is about to start her LSO career after that game.
Let's get ready, man. Let's get ready.
Okay. So this one, like I said, it was the championship last year. St. Louis, they're probably playing just as good, if not better, than they did last year, and they had more firepower last year. But I'm gonna go with. It's close. Like this one might be a last second, overtime. Whoever had the ball last win the game type game. But I'm gonna go with St. Louis. So Paris, your career not over yet. Last one.
My baby just want a cookie, you guys. Get you 2 of them things, baby. All right, peace out.
Sure, let me get one of them business.
$2. There you go, man. Bye-bye. Shout out to Chips Ahoy, man. Sponsor us, man. Shout out to Chips Ahoy.
So you said you wanted to skip to the championship as if you've been knowing these you've been had these two from the jump.
Yeah, I want to see that matchup. I want to see that matchup for sure. Jada versus Paris. Because listen, the competitor that Paris is, she might pick up Jada 94 feet. Whether that's a smart idea or not, I'm gonna go with. And see, the crazy part is that Jada got some help over there with what's her name, Eva. Eva, I want to say. Eve, man, that's a D1 talent over there. I think she already got a D1 offer.
Definitely underrated.
Yeah.
Let's dive before you pick. Dive into the matchup.
So the guard play, right? Guard play. You would want to say you give the nod to Jada, but a lot of people will say they give the nod to Paris because that's really a 1A, 1B type ordeal. I feel like Paris plays more defense. She's a bigger guard, but Jada just offensively man, that's a gifted kid, man. Like she scored like a NBA player, like she know everything to do like the right way. Like her package is too deep, right? Her bag is too deep. Like so I'm gonna go with.
Oh, don't pick yet.
Check it out.
Don't pick yet. Put it back in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, the guard matchup is crazy. Like, definitely gonna be one to watch. People don't talk that much about Paris, like, on this side of the state. Like,
yeah.
But if it wasn't for Mikayla Williams, she would definitely be the top guard in that class, in the state.
I'm going with Krista again. You feel me? But Paris
I'm saying it's arguable.
Paris number 3 go for sure. In my opinion. Just opinions.
Only opinions,
But just my opinion.
This is only my opinion. I think Paris might have a slight edge over Krista. It's fine, if somebody disagree, that's cool. But I don't think she's as good as Jada. I got Jada slightly above as being like who's better. But I think who's tougher. I think Jada's a little bit tougher because Jada seemed like the type of kid that she keep her shoes in the car. Like she ride around with a basketball.
I can see Paris having her shorts on at all times, man, underneath the church outfit, man.
Underneath the dress.
Like I said.
Nah, I don't. I just think Jada don't have to. I think Jada always got her shorts on, like on top.
Yeah. So
hold on.
Yeah, that battle, man, that's like a crazy battle. Like it's.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't got no dog in that fight because I really can just sit back and watch.
Yep.
And I think they gonna play at the Lero Center, which would be crazy.
I hope so.
But yeah, we could catch it, and it's a week after. It's a week before the other game, the other championship.
I don't know.
It is. The other one always do it later. So the Mikayla show will be the week after, right? Unless they change it.
It's all.
Oh, perfect.
I think it's all the same.
I'm gonna bring my popcorn, man, and yeah.
You might be taking might take a trip in the same day.
Yeah.
Oh
no, it's not the same. It's not the same. 100%. It's not.
It's right here. I'm looking.
You saying it's the same thing, like the same end date?
Yeah.
One at the Lero Center, one at the other spot?
Both at Southeastern.
Oh, perfect. So Curtis probably played at the Lero Center against Lafayette.
It just on here it just says
right
Southeastern. Right. So we'll see.
I hope they all at the same place because man, that's some good basketball, man. That's some great basketball. So
I ain't
gonna pick it yet.
So you mentioned Eve, man. At the Sugar Bowl tournament. In the what's that? That was the championship.
It's the number 50 guy in the nation.
55. I think it was the number 55 kid in the nation.
From Bartlett, Tennessee.
Yes. And Eve had the kid in foul trouble. I personally, and I don't like to disrespect anybody, but I think that kid may be a little bit overrated because of course, I think Eve is underrated. However, like. She basically held the kid in check. The only time that the big girl scored for Bartlett was when Eve wasn't in the game. She had 3 fouls in the first half.
Yeah.
So Eve definitely can hold her own. But now for our picks, I'll go first, man, because I think the point guard matchup is a wash. And I think Eve is gonna make the difference. So I'm gonna go with Lafayette for the win.
I'm gonna go with St. Louis for the win.
Got Paris
Winning the
going out on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with St. Louis.
All right, man. That's a wrap. Got anything else you want to add?
Man, I just want to say good luck to everybody. I hope everybody stay healthy. I hope everybody tune in. Listen, if y'all feel played about anything, because I remember one year I did my picks on Twitter. I had the Curtis girls coming at me like, yeah, I thought you said we was going to lose this, and that. I love that energy, right? That means y'all, we're interacting with each other, right? So I love that energy. But yeah, it's about health. I hope everybody stay healthy, man. And I hope our picks match up. And if they don't match up, it's going to be a great championship, great playoffs. It's a great job.
Yep. And last thing I'll say is, even though we do have our kids that we coach for AAU, like we support the whole state. You know, especially, you know, no disrespect to the people up north, but especially like this area, the southeast region. That's where we're located. You know, so our New Orleans area teams, Slidell, North Shore area teams, like of course, like we probably a little biased towards them, but we support the whole state. So good luck to all of y'all, man. Like Joe said, man, stay healthy. And to close out, man, I'm Chad. This is Joe, and appreciate y'all for tuning in to episode number 2 of the Only Opinions podcast.
Holla.
Peace.